Guys, we have 31 new heroes, 31 new heroes for this season 3. In this video we're gonna have a look at all of those heroes and see how good they are. Let's go! So one easy way to check the new heroes is here on the Odyssey feature summons that we're gonna be able to use on the 22nd. And stay tuned, I'm gonna use a lot of Aliyah light dice on this. I really want to get some of these new characters. They look amazing and they're gonna do a lot for us. Alright, so let's have a look, guys. So remember, on this one you're only gonna be able to get these free these legendaries from the season 3, not from other seasons. Alright, so we have here again 7, 14, 15, and then we have more years, so will be 20, 24, 24, and the other ones will be rare ones because they said will be 31 new heroes. Oh, okay, so we're gonna have also the new from the event, like the Hadret event, and we're gonna have a look at all of them. So let's start it. Let's go back to our heroes list and check all the heroes we have, guys. So these are from the season 1. Let's see if we can find something new. Alright, so we have a new one. It's Victor. Oh my god, look this sword. The design, the graphics here are just, I mean, they are just amazing. I really think they are working well on the design of this. I mean, it looks insane. Right, let's stop with this and let's check all these skills. Alright, so this will be a support ultimate. So this character deals fire damage to all enemies. This big area, all the battlefield, converts up to 2 of their buffs to random debuffs, which inherit in the remaining duration of the original buffs. Alright, so we can convert buffs into debuffs. This is pretty nice. After the conversion, if any enemy has less than 2 debuffs, there is a 100% chance of additional inflicting 2 random debuffs. Oh my god, this guy inflicts debuffs as hell. So he's gonna inflict like 4 debuffs, my god, and blind as well. Alright, next one is gonna deal fire damage and dispels all of their debuffs and removes all of their shield with... Oh my god, this character is amazing, guys. I mean, he converts all the buffs to debuffs, and if still have buffs, he's gonna dispel those buffs, removes shields, and buff prohibition. Damn, this support will not give you any buffs, they're not gonna let you get any buffs. Then he marks the enemy with when the hero inflicts a debuff on them. The mark lasts the same as the debuff. Healing received by the marked enemy reduces by 35%. Ultimate energy of their healer will also reduce by 30% as the enemy receives healing. Oh my god, this is like what? This is crazy. This character is crazy. It's a crazy support. And increase Aliyah's accuracy by 50% in all battles. Guys, this one, it's the first one I'm watching and I'm already stunned how good these guys are. So this will be a huge support, a huge debuffer with huge skills. So next one we have here Cinorel. Again, design amazing, amazing, guys. This design really nice. So let's have a look. This guy looks awesome. It's also support. He selects an ally, dispels of their debuffs and grants them invisibility. When invisibility on the ally expires, the hero deals fire damage to all enemies and heals all allies. Okay, so we never had someone as a healer on the fire team. So this guy is gonna be able to heal your fire team and also deals damage. Alright. And then this one fires 3 fireballs to strike random enemies, with each fireball dealing fire damage and healing the ally with the currently lowest percentage of HP. And passive, when the hero skill hits an enemy, there's a 50% chance of hitting attack penalty. You can increase to 75. Also, when the hero uses a skill to heal an ally, the hero himself gains an healing of 50% of the current healing granted. Alright, and increase all allies attack by 45% on City of Trials. Guys, this one is also really good. These legendaries look amazing. I mean, it's just the first 2, but I'm already amazed how good and how amazing they look. Right, so next one we will have this one. Okay, so Aliyah is the one you are gonna be able to get from the event like Hardred. Will not be able on the banner, but still we're gonna have a look. It's a support and we're gonna be able to get her as a free-to player, which is very nice. So she deals cold damage to all enemies, all battlefield. 30% chance of frozen and grants a shield and control immunity to all allies. So we have a guy giving shields, deals damage to enemy and removes all of their shields, and targeting a non-elite enemy will steal their shield instead. Alright. And passive, when ally with the shield takes damage, there is a 20% chance of inflicting attack penalty on the attacker and grants a shield to all allies for 10 seconds as the battle starts. So she gives a shield as the battle starts. She gives a big shield with this one. She deals damage, control immunity. I mean, removes shields as well. This one looks amazing as well. These supports, they did a really good work with these supports. They look amazing and very powerful. Then for the Ice Legendaries, we have two new ones, which are these ones. Alright, so this is the Theo. Oh god. So this is like what? His wife? Yeah, because she's down here. My god. Oh, and he's there. Alright, okay. Do they have like a special affinity or something like that? Let's have a look. So this one gains defense up. It's a defense character, defense up, damage reduction. He works with defense percentage, inflicts taunt. Battle skill strikes the enemy 3 times with each strike and reducing their ultimate energy. If the target's ultimate energy is reduced to 0, the hero gains an additional 25% ultimate energy. Also, the third strike has a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty. Right, and passive, the hero cannot obtain a shield for each enemy on the battlefield that targets them. Gains 1 Staffhawk Newlywed's Vow. So this one decreases the damage taken by 5%, increase the healing received by 10. The hero gains the following additional effects when deployed with Fenja. Oh, so there you go. When it's deployed with Fenja, you have like special affinities, so invisibility and debuff block for 10 seconds, and 100% ultimate energy when their HP drops to 0 for the first time during the battle. Oh my god, yeah, this is really... I mean, will be hard to get them to as a free-to-player, but I mean, I'm pretty sure if you invest some money and you do plenty of summons, you're gonna be able to get both. I don't know. We still have a lot of legendaries, but yeah. If you are a Kraken or a whale, I'm sure you're gonna get both, and they look pretty strong together. Then we have Fenja. Fenja, so it's like the wife of him. So she's a healer, she heals all the allies and grants them resistance up. She deals cold damage. So all these legendaries look crazy because they do a lot of things together. She heals, resist up, and damage as well. And also blind, 100% chance of afflicting them with blind and ignoring 50% of their resistance. Then this one dispels all debuffs from the ally with the currently lowest percentage of HP, heals them, and grants them recovery over time. Passive, whenever an ally gains or loses a buff, the hero heals them, and this effect can only be triggered once every 30 seconds, which is already a lot. When healing Theo, the healing effect is further increased by 50%. Okay, so when she's healing this guy, it's gonna heal even more, it will be 50%. Okay, it has enlightenment by 60. Right, this is a really nice mechanic, it's something new, I don't think we had this before, so this is really nice. Okay, now we have the Necrotic characters, which look amazing. This one looks really nice, and we have another one down there. I mean, we have three new Necrotics, so let's have a look at her. She's a Spalta, so she grants 20 shadow energy to all shadow allies. Okay, she boosts shadow allies, strikes enemies within range 3 times with each strike, dealing necrotic damage and ignoring 50% of the enemy's defense. Throws a shadow blade at the target, dealing necrotic damage and damage to enemies within a target's centered range in the meantime. Gains shadow energy for each enemy hit and gains additional 200% shadow energy when casting this skill in battle for the first time. About the shadow characters is something we still need to learn more about that. It's something I need to test. before I start talking about which one is better and if it's worth it. Then passive, she deals damage, dealing damage grants shadow energy. When the hero has enough shadow energy, they can cast their ultimate skill. As the battle starts, grants 100% stacks of Earth of 8, so she increases the damage by 0.5 to all shadow allies and lose 1 stack of this status every 1 second afterwards. Oh my god, so she starts with 100% of this, so she will have 50% increase the attack percent, okay, increase damage, and lose 1 each second, okay, right, so the first 50 seconds will be hard. And then she increased the attack percentage by 30% all battles. Okay, then we have this one. She looks a little bit like Pte. So let's see, it's Daphne. And Daphne is also a shadow hero. She possesses an ally for 15 seconds, during which the time possessed the target deals damage to nearby enemies every 1 second. So you can use this like on your tank, and this, you are going to give him like damage. The possessed target can stack up equal to 35% of defense attack. When the possessed target deals damage, 8% of the damage will be converted to their HP. Jesus. Yeah, this is a really nice one. Then randomly attacks up to 3 enemies, dealing necrotic damage and gaining 10 shadow energy on each enemy hit. This skill can be cast when possessing an ally. Passive skill, she deals damage, grants shadow energy. When the hero has enough shadow energy, they can cast their ultimate skill. The hero gains additional 20% shadow energy also if the hero possesses a target. When gaining shadow energy, the possessed target gains the same amount of shadow energy, and she has a 45%, yeah, it's like Pte, she has the same thing in a dungeon. Alright, this one looks interesting as well, but I mean, it does look overpowered. The first 3 characters, the ice ones, they look insane. Then we have Ozul. So Ozul, let's check ultimate. So it transforms into a demon. I would love to see that. I'm sure the design will be amazing. So it transforms into a demon in the design location. While the demon form, the hero gains attack speed up, and damage reduction, with their basic attack splashing on enemies around the targets. Oh god, I love to see this guy on a battlefield. The hero consumes 10 shadows energy every 1 second in demon form, and this is it when shadow energy is depleted. Then battle skill, fires an orb, dealing necrotic damage to the target. When the hero is in demon form, deals necrotic damage to enemies within 2 tiles around the hero instead, and then gains 20 shadow energy. Then dealing damage grants shadow energy. When the hero has enough shadow energy, they can cast their ultimate skill. Okay, so these heroes looks like they only can cast the ultimate skill if they have 100 shadow energy. The hero permanently gains 1 stack of an its spell Austin Print for every 50 shadow energy obtained up to 5 stacks, so he can get 50% crit damage and 25% defense penetration, which is crazy. Okay, this guy looks powerful, and I think he's going to do a lot of damage. So next ones will be Radiance. We have 3 new Radiance as well. So will be this one. Will be this one. So this is Dianta. Alright. This is Dianta. And Dianta is a Aura. Is one of the new type of heroes. So she deals radiant damage to enemies within range with 75% chance, you can reach 100, of inflicting full bloom, so increase the damage taken from Aura heroes. Generates a domain for 10 seconds in a blaze state, during which the Aura energy consumed by allies will be returned at the cost of depleting 10 Aura energy of the hero instead. Gains 35% Aura energy, so this looks a bit confused because we still don't understand well everything about this Aura energy. She grants 10 Aura energy to all Aura allies and deals radiant damage. While in the blaze state, consumes 5 Aura energy to deal additional radiant damage. I mean, this looks a bit complicated, I must say. Then passive, she enters the blaze state, win a possession of 100 Aura energy whenever the hero consumes Aura energy. Their basic attack will fire an orb that bounces up to 4 times between enemies, dealing radiant damage each time. Okay, and she has a 30% attack in all battles. Okay, she looks nice. But I don't know how good they are because yeah, they are these new type of heroes aura, and I'm not sure. I need to do some work to know how this works. So this is our character as well. It deals radiant damage to all enemies, grants 35 aura energy. When he's in a blaze state, summons an accompanist to follow the aura ally with the highest attack. Okay, so will be this one. And when they are followed, launch a basic attack, consumes 15 aura energy to enable the accompanist to perform attack on all enemies. So yeah, this guy is gonna increase the damage of all the aura enemies, and this looks, I mean, this looks like it's gonna boost a lot their damage. Then strikes enemies within range. Radiant damage while in the blaze state consumes 5 aura to deal additional damage. So when every time they are depleting this aura energy, they are doing more damage. So passive, it enters a blaze state when in possession of 100 aura energy, gains 50 aura energy as the battle starts. And then we have a aura for the City of Trails, 45%. And lastly, we have this one. Looks really insane as well. It's Amoleda. And ultimate, she deals radiant damage to enemies within rage, consumes 20 aura energy to strike enemies within rage 2 additional times in the blaze state, and gains 30 aura energy. Here gains also energy, deals radiant damage, and gains a shield. Oh, look how much stuff there is in a single battle skill. Each enemy hit by this skill grants additional 20% shield strength, while in the blaze state consumes 5 aura energy to deal additional radiant damage. Okay, and passive, she enters the blaze state when in possession of 100 aura energy, increasing damage. When in the blaze state, the hero attacks guarantee crit hits. Crit hits. Gains invisibility for 5 seconds if their current HP is below 30 after taking damage, during which time the hero attacks are guaranteed critical hits. Oh my god, so will be critical hits if she's below 30%. Right, then we have the lightning heroes. So legendaries, we have 2 new ones. Let's find them. So will be this one and other one on the bottom. So this one is a defense character. It's the Stangem. So this one dispels all debuffs from the hero and grants control immunity and defense up. The hero gains after checking the aura heroes. This one looks so simple. And passive, when in possession of a basic attack, casts a lightning chain that bumps between enemies up to 4 times, dealing lightning damage and dispelling 1 buff from each time. The subsequent damage will be reduced by 10%, and we have this Radiance Aura as well. Okay, this one, I mean, this one does look that good. Looks a normal hero, doesn't even look like a legendary. I mean, it gains shield from battle skill, dispels all debuffs. Okay, that's nice, but that's all. Alright, so it will be like a tank, but with just some buffs. So we have then this guy is also a defense one, and this one looks amazing. So, okay, we already have some attack penalty here. So he casts the spell for 8 seconds, summons lightning bolts to strike random enemies, lightning damage to target all enemies with a 75, you can turn it to 100, and reduce their ultimate energy by 5%. Then he gains debuff immunity, deals damage, and knock up and stun to enemies, and passive, 50% chance of reducing the current damage taken when taking damage, and heals themselves. Alright, this one looks much better and decreases all allies attack by 45% in dungeon battles. Yeah, this one looks good. I mean, the first 3 ice wands, I don't think nothing compare with those. And then poison, we have 3 new poison characters. Let's see if we can find them. So this will be the first one. Yep, I think so. So this one will be the first one. The Sacridea. Alright, she looks really nice. She deals enemies. Okay, so this is the Corrosion one. Corrosion. So she deals poison damage to enemies within rage. Increase corrosion inflicted on all enemies by 25% up to 1200. Oh my god, that's a lot. That's really a lot. Deals extra damage equal to 60% of the increased corrosion to all enemies afterwards. She deals poison damage to enemies within rage. Centered around the enemy, it converts 50% of damage to corrosion. I mean, I need to do a test about these ones. She inflicts 10% attack corrosion to all enemies every something. They need to work on this. And she increases attack by 45% in dungeon battles. Then we have two more, okay? So will be this one and this one. So this one is Whisk. So Whisk is also corrosion one. It gains invisibility for 5 seconds, 15% attack up. Then strikes the enemies within range 7 times, with each strike dealing 105% poison damage and converts 50% of the damage to corrosion. Invisibility on the battle skill, and the hero 3 times in the meantime, with each strike dealing poison damage and converting 50% of the damage. And we have when under invisibility, damage shield will be increased by 30%, the corrosion will be increased by 15. Okay, looks simple. And then we have Rook. Okay, this is one of those challenges, really hard to defeat in Dragonheir. And for the tests some content creators have been done, they're reporting this guy does an amazing damage, like billions damage on Vortex. He casts the spell 3 times on the ultimate, which spell dealing poison damage. He deals additional poison damage on every 10,000 corrosion on the target, ignores the enemy's shield. Battle skill summons a giant rat to strike enemies within range. Okay, it's this line, poison damage, once every 10,000 corrosion on the target, ignores enemy shield. Passive increased damage dealt to enemies within the current HP of more than 50% by 30%. So yeah, he's gonna do this, probably he's gonna do this increased 30% all the time to Vortex. So increase all his attack by 30% in all battles. Oh my god, this guy looks amazing. So this was all the legendaries. I'm just checking. I have it by my side, just checking the list. So now let's have a look to the epic ones. So we don't have any fire new one. And then we have the ice. We have any new ice? No, we don't have ice characters. No new ice characters. Necrotic, we have 3 new necrotic characters. So let's find them. So we have, is it this guy? Or I think this guy was from the, I don't think is this the one? Yeah, it is. I think it is this the one. Yeah, it's Shadow. So this is one of the new characters. Strikes enemies within range over time, with each strike consuming 20 shadow energy and dealing necrotic damage on them. During a single cast of their skill, each strike increases the damage of the subsequent strike by 10, up to 10 times. Fires an orb that can bounce up to 6 times and grants shadow energy, and when the hero has enough shadow energy, they can cast their ultimate skill. So yeah, it really looks like they need to have the full shadow energy to cast their skills. Then we have the Shitter, which looks again really amazing. Designs are really amazing on this game. And this guy is also a shadow. He strikes enemies, dealing necrotic damage. Looks pretty simple, this one. Deals damage, ignores 30% of the enemy's defense when the skill hits 2 enemies and more. Grants shadow energy. Passive, deals additional necrotic damage whenever the hero's skill damage deals damage to enemies. Alright. Next one will be this one. Okay, it looks like the cousin of Voresh. Strikes enemies within range 3 times, and granting all shadow allies by 10 shadow energy. Casts a spell 3 times, each time grants a hero 20. Okay, so basically just gives shadow energy, the battle skill, nothing else. I don't know if there's anything missing here. And passive, deals damage, grants shadow energy when they can cast their ultimate skill. So basically this is it. The more damage they do, faster they will full the shadow energy bar. I think that's it. Okay, and when gaining shadow energy, grants 30% of the obtained energy to another shadow ally. Okay. And then, so this one is a new one, but is not in the list. Okay, in the banners. So probably will be one from the Famender or something like that. So let's have a look. It's a support. Strikes enemies within range and reduce their ultimate energy by 10%. Then battle skill, fires an orb that can bounce up to 6 times, necrotic damage, 20% chance of fleeting stun. When ally takes damage, there's a 10% chance of converting 20% of their damage taken into healing. When an enemy receives healing, there is a 10% chance of converting 20% of their healing received into damage. Okay, from Necrotic, this is all. From Radiance, we have at least three new characters, so let's find them. So we have this one, it's Narzilla, so it's our character. Oh, looks... Oh my god, this is a big list for a ultimate. Gains crit damage, deals radiant damage to enemy, and whenever an aura ally attacks, they will assist their attack once to deal radiant damage. While in base state, consumes 5 aura energy to launch another coordinate attack. So it looks like they boost each other, the aura characters. We'll really need to find out which ones are the strongest ones. So she gains 15% aura energy, dealing radiant damage to enemy, consumes 5 aura energy to extend the duration of all the heroes buffs by 3 while in blaze state, and then she enters the blaze state and increase the hero's attack by 5% for each buff they have, so will be 100%. Okay, so up to 20 times. All right, for each buff they have, but yeah. Alright, we will have to test this to see how much buffs we can get. Then we have this one, it's also a new one, Carrot. Deals radiant damage, consumes energy and grants 20% attack up to all aura allies. Gains 10% aura, deals some damage. Passive, when she enters a blaze state, grants ultimate skill damage bonus to an aura ally whenever they enter the blaze state. Alright, and increase the crit damage in the city of Trials. And lastly, we have another aura character. So strikes enemies within range, dealing damage, consumes 20 aura energy and ignores 30% of the enemy's defense in the blaze state. And then she grants battle skill, grants 50 aura energy, strikes enemies within range 3 times, while in the blaze state consumes 5 aura energy to deal additional damage. And finally, enters the blaze state with the possession of 100 aura energy, increase heroes attack permanently by 5% when they consume aura energy up to 10 times. Alright. And increase Ali's attack in the Grand Gladiator arena battles. Alright, like, again guys, the ice heroes, they look amazing, they do so much stuff, and then when we look to these ones, they don't look so great, but these aura characters, they really look complex. So lightning characters, I don't think there's anyone new. Okay, there's this one, but again, this one is not in the banner, so probably you're gonna get it for like Famender or Paddler of Thrill. So it's a support, deals some damage, dispels one buff, and grants debuff immunity to all allies if all buffs on the enemy are dispelled. Battle skills, strikes the current enemy 2 times, with 150% chance of fleeting stunned, and the hero's damage taken from enemies will not exceed 35% on hero's max HP in single attack, and increase accuracy with the aura. And finally, for the poison characters, we have 3 new ones. Let's see if we can find them. So we have this guy, looks like the ice one, but purple. So it's a corrosion character, strikes enemies, dealing poison damage and converting 40% of the damage dealt to corrosion. So it says corrosion, the corroded portion of the HP will gradually drain over time. Then battle skill, something, damage and converts 30% of the damage, and passive, inflicts corrosion to the attacker when taking damage, and also increase corrosion inflicted to enemies around hero by 25%, and inflicts 15% attack corrosion to the attacker when taking damage. Then we have this guy, Dragonheir, also corrosion character. So he deals damage to enemies within range and deals additional poison damage to enemies with corrosion. Battle skill, strikes an enemy. I'm not sure, but I want to know if we need accuracy to inflict this corrosion. So he strikes enemy twice, poison damage, and converts 60% of that damage. And when an enemy inflicted with corrosion dies, the hero gains 50% attack up and recharges 10% ultimate energy, and also he can gain 20% instead of 15%. And lastly, we have this guy. I think that's all for the poison ones, yeah. So this one is also corrosion one. It summons 5 orbs to strike random enemies in turn. Each strike deals poison damage, it converts into 50%. Battle skill, something, deals damage and converts to 50%. And passive, when attacking enemies whose current corrosion is less than 30% of their max HP with skills, the corrosion damage will be increased by 30%. And we have also passive attack aura that works in City of Thrills. Alright, so regarding the rare heroes, let's have a look and see if we can find someone new. So fire team, there's no one new. Ice team doesn't look like there's anyone new. These are all from the other season. And yeah, I don't think. So we have this one. This one is new. It's an aura character. So rare hero strikes enemies between rage. Dealing damage, consumes 20 aura energy and ignores 25% of the enemy's defense. Okay, doesn't look that bad for a rare hero. Gains aura energy, deals damage, passive skill, gains 50 aura energy. Pretty basic, pretty simple. Then lightning characters, there's no one new. Let's keep going. Then poison. So probably I should find one Radiance, okay, and someone on poison and also necrotic. Alright, so poison, we have at least these two. Okay, we have two ones. So yeah, this is corrosion and this is corrosion as well. So we have this one that deals damage and covers 50% of the damage dealt. Same thing for the battle skill. And passive, basic attack with a 50% chance of dealing additional poison damage. And as a passive of crit damage in all battles, which is very good for a rare character. Then this one deals poison damage to enemies, gains a 50% attack up. Battle skill fires an orb that can bounce up to 4 times between enemies, dealing poison damage each time and converting 50% of the damage dealt to corrosion. And then this one, the passive converts 25% of the current corrosion to damage immediately when the hero skills deals damage to enemies. Okay. And then increase the damage in the gladiator arena. Okay, so let's go back. I just want to check the necrotic ones again, because there's no shadow ones here. Just have a look. Okay, so there's one here. Okay, summon. Yeah, there's only one here. So this one, Sifla. This is also a new one. And she releases a shadow energy to strike the target location with a 50% chance of ignoring 25% of target's defense. So they kinda ignore a lot of target's defense, these new characters. She deals some damage with battle skill, and passive, she dealing damage grants shadow energy. When they rest enough, they can cast their ultimate skill and grants 15%, can be 20% attack up on to all allies on the hero's ultimate skin fully recharges. So, this was a lot of characters. 31 new characters, which is a lot. It's a lot in a single season. Some of the games, they keep releasing the new heroes over time, so we get like 5 new heroes each month. In this game, we get 31. After 3 months without any new heroes, you get 31 from nowhere. So it's huge. Okay, we'll be not like the 31 at once. You're gonna be able to get all the ones from the banners, and then we can get the one from the Pilar and Famender on the moment that we can reach stage 60, I think will be. And then we need to wait for the event for the other one, and the other ones will be from events or something like that. There's a lot to to farm and grind for it in this season. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna do some tests with these new types of heroes and try to learn and see how they work, and then I will bring a new video talking about all these 3 new types, which one is the best and which ones you should invest on season 3, because it's really important, especially to start your affinity 3 skill, because at the beginning, of course, you want to start upgrading the ones that are stronger and are more useful for you to start farming and create and upgrade your team. Alright, so guys, thanks for watching this video. Hope you liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to press that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching once again, and see ya next time.